Jasmine seems fake to me, like just be a woman. Like if that hurt you, say it hurt you.
So where do we go from here?
Wouldn't mind being friends,
I don't want to be your friend.
I have asked this question before and I'm going to ask it again. I need someone to tell me what the relationship is between Fallon and Aries because I don't get why she hates Jasmine so much. Did Jasmine do something to her? Does she know Jasmine? Have they shared a boyfriend before? What exactly is it that she doesn't like about Jasmine? Anyway, I digress. Hey there, thanks for stopping by. It's your girl Valerie. Sorry for the late review. In this episode, I'll be reviewing Married at First Sight, Season 16, Episode 9. If you're new to my channel, please leave a like and a comment and don't forget to subscribe. Okay, so the episode starts with Pastor Carl still talking to Dom and Mac. And I really feel sorry for Mac because it's a pity he didn't take the money his mum offered him because I think he should have taken that because Dom wasted his time. She really wasted his time. She wasn't ready for marriage. She just wanted to enjoy herself, I think, and be on TV or something because on their honeymoon, they seem to be in a great place. All the other couples were saying it seems like Dom and Mac were very physical and were emotionally connected. So I don't get where she came from to suddenly say, oh, I want a divorce. Things couldn't have been that bad for her to say, I want a divorce. I think she couldn't get her way, and because she couldn't get her way, this is why she's decided to say, I want a divorce. Or maybe her mum must have told her off, or something happened outside of her drama with Mac. That's the impression that I get. And Pastor Carl, you could tell, was really upset because at one point he did tell them in the episode that they lied because Dom was saying we're not compatible, whatever. And he did tell them last week as well that someone must have lied because we matched you due to what you said. And I think she told them what they wanted to hear so that she could be on TV. And then when things didn't work her way, she decided to say, I want a divorce. And that's my opinion and I'm sticking to it. Clint meets up with his friend. He's talking about his connection with Gina. He does bring up that Gina talks about her salon a lot. And when a clip of Gina's shown, she's at some salon doing somebody's hair, and it's just like, did you come to get married or did you come to plug your salon? What is it? I think Clint obviously said that they're not focusing on the emotion, the physical attraction. They're just trying to sort of be comfortable around each other and this, that, and that. And I don't see it. And then Aries, he was walking Jasmine's dog, and it's nice to see that he's become more comfortable and he actually likes her dogs because I think this is something he was very worried about. He later meets up with his cousin, and I don't get that cousin. I don't get that cousin. I don't get her hatred. As far as I'm concerned, it's hatred for Jasmine. The way she talks about her, oh, she's fake. How do you say someone is fake when you barely know her? You just know she's a pageant girl. Did she try to be in a pageant and they turned her away? Did Jasmine beat her in a pageant or what? I don't get it. I don't know why she hates Jasmine that much because when she's invited to the friends and family mix up, she refuses because she says, I'm not going to invest myself in something that's not likely to last a long time. And it's like, why? Why? You're supposed to be there as a family member to support your loved one. I don't even know why Eris invited her. I think he should have invited her, but hey, that's just my opinion. So Nicole meets up with a friend and she has a conversation about Chris. I think of all the couples, Nicole is the one who's very happy with her partner. I've said this before because she's talking to her friend and telling her that she is worried that she's going to be the reason why they don't work because she might throw a tantrum or she might do something that might sort of put Chris off because he seems very loving, he seems very caring, and so her concern is she hopes she doesn't ruin it by doing something that sort of turns him off. And speaks very highly of Chris because even on the after party, I remember Tisha and somebody were trying to sort of were laughing at Chris about his dogs, and she really set them straight. She really told them that was not it, and she made sure that people didn't make fun of him, and she protected the man. And even the friend says she can tell that Nicole really likes Chris, and the way she speaks about him, and the way she's trying to be on her best behavior. So this really shows her that she really likes him. Clint and Gina move in together. We'll see how that goes. They're still very anxious. I think Gina's moved in just because she's worried that they might not record her, or I don't know, or maybe she wants to make the marriage work, but I don't see it because I don't know. Something is a bit off. Eris and Jasmine is coming from walking one of her dogs, and they have a conversation. Obviously, Eris is sort of saying to Jasmine, I wanted to invite my cousin, and you said no. And anyway, I invited her, and she said no. And Jasmine said, well, thank God. The feeling is mutual. I didn't want her here. She doesn't want to come. That's fine. This is a new marriage. I want to start it on a positive light. And I don't know why he went behind his wife's back to invite her, because had she come in, that would have been very awkward for Jasmine, because she can't tell her you can't come in, when she's already there. So I think Eris needs to be cautious in how he sort of navigates that. I remember during the start of the season, he did say to Jasmine, don't worry about my cousin. We'll just focus on the people that support us. And I don't know why he keeps meeting up with her, whether it's the producers who are pushing for it, just because she continues to put the negative energy out there, which then makes it difficult for Aries to focus on his marriage. So I really hope this is the end of it and we don't get to see her anymore. I like the woman that Nicole has become because of Chris, because you could see their compromise. I think Dom would have learned a lot from just seeing Chris and Nicole, how they navigate their marriage, because while they were decorating, Nicole wanted a flamingo theme. They discussed the food, and then Chris had to sort of give in because the decorations sort of, they were going for a tropical theme, and he wanted to make some sort of barbecue stuff, and it didn't match, so they came up with something that sort of matched. And I Nicole bought some shirts with flamingos. They were pink, and she sort of gave Chris the option to say, I'm not forcing you to wear it. It's up to you whether or not you want to wear it. And he then was able to say, no, it's not really my thing, but if you want me to wear it, I'll wear it. And it was nice to see their compromise. It was nice to see how their marriage is working. I wish some of the other couples could take a note from that. And then Kirsten and Shaq were the first to have visitors. I love the fact that they invited married couples, because these are people sort of their age mates that are married and appear to be happy in their marriages. So they will give them the best advice. It was interesting how they asked them, have you become intimate? And Shaq really, I think something has happened, because Shaq's face, he was waiting for Kirsten to say something, and she didn't say anything, and she was hiding. She was pretending to sort of whether she was serving food or whatever she was doing, she was trying to keep herself busy so that she didn't answer the question, and they were able to navigate. And she said, I'm a bad kisser. I think something is happening, but I think the producers might not want them to talk about it because it will go against the storyline that they have for them. There's no way they haven't kissed by this point. She said, we do kiss, but not a lot, because, I think they've done a lot more than they're making out. And I hope the producers sort of move away from this, oh, she doesn't want to kiss him, she doesn't find him sexy, and navigates into actually a healthy space. Because if they do say yes on decision day, this might be a speed bump for them when they eventually rewatch it. Oh, I love the family members, how they sort of took Shaq's family sat down with Kirsten, and Kirsten's family sat down with Shaq, and they were able to actually give them very constructive feedback, which is what I really like, because these are married people. And I like the fact that Shaq's friends were able to say, we weren't attracted to one another when we first got married, but through being friends and through getting to know one another, we then realized that, oh my God, I was about to lose, something very important that, that was right beside me, and I hadn't noticed that. And so I really hope Kirsten took whatever they were saying on board and really reflects on it and works on it, because you could see on her face that something registered when they asked her that, do you see yourself having, a long-term marriage with Shaq? And you could see something there, her facial expression changed, and I think she was actually thinking about it and processing it, because they gave her good information. Shaq has a lot of very good qualities that people are looking for. And if she is not careful, she's going to lose an amazing guy and regret this for quite a long time. Shaq, on his part, is very worried. I think he doesn't want to push her, but at the same time, he doesn't want to sort of sit back and become too relaxed. And sort of, he's trying to find out how to sort of moderate that. And his Kirsten's family was able to sort of give him advice, which was good for them. So Nicole and Chris invite their friends, and it was interesting because Nicole's friends, one of them, the one with the blonde hair, she was talking a bit too much. And the one with the dark hair, you could tell, was very anxious that she was going to say something that the other lady might say something that might put Chris off, because they could tell that Chris is a great guy and Nicole really likes him. So they were trying to sort of give him feedback. And also, Nicole spoke to Chris's friends, and she was able to say, he's so nice that I understand he's been walked all over and I can say it, but I want him to give me his own opinion. That way I know what makes him happy. That way we can compromise. At least if he tells me what he's thinking, then I'm willing to compromise. But if he doesn't say anything, then I there's no way I can compromise if I don't know what he likes, just because we'll end up doing everything I want. And I don't want a situation like that. I want us to have a marriage where we're both happy. And this is what I like about Chris and Nicole, because I was very anxious about Chris and Nicole at the start, because I thought she was just going to railroad him, she was going to overtalk him, she was going to, be challenging and stuff. But it seems she's trying to sort of moderate herself, and I hope she's able to maintain that past the 8 weeks. But I don't know. We'll see. Eris and Jasmine, they invite, Eris's friends and Jasmine's aunt and cousin, I think. And Jasmine's aunt is not playing games. I like the fact that she asked Eris to show her around. Obviously, they have to take a family member and have a conversation. And they were talking about her dogs and the fact that Eris is not on board with staying with four dogs. I don't think anyone would be on board with staying with four dogs. But then his aunt, I don't think, is impressed with his responses, because she asked him, are you in this for the long haul? Because Jasmine is in this, and so you have to be. And I wish maybe Jasmine had been matched with Mac. Maybe she would have been better off, because he seems like he's really interested in being married. I don't know whether Eris was really that into getting married, or whether it's just because his cousin keeps coming at him and coming at him. This is why he's sort of struggling to sort of overcome whatever she's saying, so that he can focus on his marriage. I wish he could tune out his cousin and work on his marriage, because Jasmine's aunt, I think, is saying that they need to put in work, and the problem is Jasmine and Eris have both said they're very bad at communication, so I don't know how they're going to work on this. I think if they say yes on decision day, they need to go to couples counseling and learn how to communicate. Jasmine, I was surprised. Actually, she came out and she told Eris's friends that we're not having sex. He's saying he's not attracted to me. And his friends were sort of taken aback, because Jasmine is a good looking woman, and I don't know what he doesn't like. Obviously, he did say he liked women with big bums, and it's like, but a lot of people are paying for that. That doesn't make them good people. Anyway, and then we have Dom. She meets up with her mum. I think I think Dom is spoiled, and I think her mum made a mistake by signing her up for marriage at first sight. And the fact that Dom has the audacity to sit there and lie to her mom and say, I was very patient, or he was being very petty. When she criticized this man at every turn, she should have told her mom. I wonder how her mom feels now watching the show and seeing how her daughter was behaving, because Dom didn't tell her mother everything that happened, unless she told her mom off camera. What she was saying at this meal is totally different from what we, the viewers, have seen. So I don't get why she said he was being petty. The fact that he didn't like her apartment and didn't praise it and didn't jump up and down to say how beautiful it was. This is why she's upset. I don't get it. I don't get it. And I don't get why she's they've even bothered to have a scene with Dom and her mum. I think they should have just left it at that. As soon as she said she wants a divorce, that should be the last we saw of them, and we move on. Clint and Gina, they meet up with their friends. I think they were very vague anyway. They didn't tell the friends everything that happened. I was surprised that Clint didn't. He said they were brutally honest, and one of the friends said, yeah, it's good to be honest and to hold things in, and then things eventually explode. But I don't know their relationship. Gina was saying, oh, I was overthinking the moving in thing. Moving in seems to have done us wonders, so I don't know how that plays out. All the couples meet up. Dom and Mac actually turn up. They arrive together, which is surprising. Oh my God, I really love this couple meetups, because people, after Everybody sat down. Mac just brought up, has anyone had sex? And it's like, it was an awkward question and people didn't know what to say. And then Nicole and Chris owned up that yes, they had. Jasmine said, no, I'm attracted to my husband, but he's not attracted to me. And everybody was taken aback, like, she's a stunning woman. What doesn't he see in her? And I like the fact that everyone else made light of it. And Gina said, oh, you can join us over here. We're in the same boat as you. And so it was good to see how they sort of helping each other grow as people. And so eventually, Dom and Mac sort of just said, we've decided to file for a divorce because, this is not working and this is not what we want. And then Dom had the audacity to say, oh, well, I only like positive vibes and I felt that he was very negative all the time, so I couldn't deal with that. This is why I wanted a divorce. And it's like, seriously, this is what made Max speak out. And it's when, no, I felt like I was constantly compromising. I felt like I was constantly being beat down, and it got to a point whereby I couldn't take anymore. And everybody told Dom the truth. Mac is not a bad guy. The show is making him out to seem like he's this, broke dude who moved from another town and is living in somebody else's basement. This is the same thing that they did to Steve when Steve was loaded. And I remember in my review saying, Steve is loaded. Steve is loaded. There's no way he could take a year out to travel. Steve is loaded. This is the same thing with Mac. I think Mac has got money, and he came to do the show, and he might even actually have purchased the place, but the show doesn't want him to show that he's purchased the place because it doesn't play into the character that they have him set out to be. Because at times these producers have an idea of who they think will be appealing to the audience, and this is what they play with. I wouldn't be surprised if Mac only stayed there for a little bit before he moved out when he first came to Nashville, but the show doesn't want the viewers to know that. And so somehow, after a lot of talking, Dom says, Nicole asked Dom that would you be open to taking time apart and then maybe trying again? And she said maybe, and everybody cheered at the maybe because they said at least she didn't say no. So hopefully she'll give him a chance, but I don't think she'll change her mind. I think Dom is someone who has grown up being spoiled and pampered and always being allowed to get away with whatever she wants. And so for her to compromise is a very difficult thing. And I don't know whether she'll be able to do it for this marriage. Dom and Mac go up to their room and have a conversation. And during the conversation, Dom says the only reason why she said maybe was because of peer pressure. She felt everybody in the room wanted her to say yes or maybe. No one was looking forward to her saying no. And this is why she said yes. She wholeheartedly didn't want to say yes because she feels like there's nothing left in their marriage for them. And she offers to be Mac's friend. And Mac said, no, I don't need you as a friend. I've got enough friends. I don't need another friend. Thank you. But no, thank you. And she got upset. Oh, I feel like I've been run over. And it's like, you have been criticizing and belittling this man since you met him. Why suddenly are you the victim? Why? Because you didn't get your way, because nobody was listening to me. So you wanted everyone to say, yes, you are right to ask for a divorce. He's a horrible man and this, that, and the other. Then you would have been happy. And because nobody said that, this is why you felt they weren't listening to you. I think she's very immature. She's not yet ready for marriage. And it's a good thing they're filing for a divorce before this man is broken down any further, because I think she's not it for him. Anyway, thanks for watching. Please don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. See you next time. Bye, guys.